it's just been an interesting couple weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Been an interesting, really, I literally feels like time is moving so slow and so fast at the same time. Like, I can't believe it's been less than a month since this year started, and I just feel like we're like 6 months in already.
Yeah. Yeah, I've been seeing like February expiration dates on shit. I'm like, what? And I'm like, no, it's the end of January.
Yeah, we're still in it.
Still here.
We're still in January. Yeah, it's an interesting time.
Yeah. A thought that just popped into my head is like, I loved how it felt after we just decided to upload the first episode. Like, there was this strange sense of like peace, confidence, and like, hell yeah, let's fucking go for it.
Yeah.
And like, I still feel that.
Yeah.
Underlying, even though there's like this heavy shit going on, I still feel driven.
Yes.
To show up for ourselves and one another.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's something I'm really like holding on to and just being like, no, remember that just because you don't feel great right now doesn't mean like you just throw it all down the drain.
Even though it feels like the easiest thing to do.
Right.
Or
throw in the towel.
Just, I don't want it. I don't feel it today. I don't want to do it.
Yeah.
It's like, because then you find that, like, the other day, I was having like some sort of conversation with somebody like via text and stressed out, like waiting for a response, and I was just sitting there and I was thinking about it, and I'm like trying to figure out what can I, like, I don't want to move my body, I don't want to do anything, I don't want to like, but like I could see myself actively choosing to sit and wait and feel weird and uncomfortable. And then I'm thinking,
it's like you're almost observing yourself doing the thing. Like,
yeah.
No,
but like, I know that moving my body makes me feel better. I know that just moving, or even if I'm just on the floor, like kind of rolling around, stretching out, it makes me feel better. Maybe it'll take me out of this space. And I have to say, like, toot toot, because I would have never done that before. I would have just sat in that space and just sat there for hours and let it consume me. And I said, no, I know that this makes me feel better.
Mm-hmm.
So I moved my body a little bit, and I kind of got out of that space, and it made me feel better.
Yeah.
Focusing on these things, this podcast, this adventure that we're on, makes me feel better.
Yeah.
And so I know, like, if there's that little bit of little shred of like, let's go that way.
Let it lean into the shred.
Lean into that shred. Yes. Lean into the shred. Because, there are some days when you need to just be and just lay in bed and reset, rest, do whatever it is that you need to do, and that's okay. But if there's like a little baby voice inside your head that feels like you could possibly pull yourself out of that, follow it.
Say, hey, you should eat something.
Like, hey, maybe eat. And like I would just ignore that because I'm too.
Yeah.
I don't even know what I'd eat right now. I don't even know what I would do. Just get up.
Just try to look in your toolbox. You know you have the tools.
Yeah.
And if you don't, start just trying to be a little sponge and pick up the tools that are going to be helpful for you.
Right.
And by tools, it's like, what's the quickest, easiest thing I can eat right now? Like, keep things on hand. Like, I know when food sounds disgusting, I've this last couple weeks made sure I have like a couple protein drinks, or there's like naked juice I know I can buy at the coffee shop. And so I'm like, okay, at least getting something in me so I'm not completely depleted.
Something
and
is
then
better
you
than
get
nothing.
That when I don't eat, and then I'm already in like a intense mental state, that just spirals me further and further into the hole, and it's like harder to get out. And so I've been trying to just not allow myself to see the hole. you know, it's like, I know the hole's over there, and I'm feeling myself pulling closer and closer to it as I am more and more depleted. It's like, nope, cut that cord from that, cut that bungee cord. It's pulling you back into the abyss. And like, cause it's like, if you can like interrupt your own spiral or pattern, even just for a moment, like you just being like, no, I gotta move. Stop just sitting here waiting for more shit to hit the fan. Kind
Right.
of is what it feels like.
Yeah.
Being like, it is what it is, and now I need to do what's best for me in this moment. So yeah, just like
that in itself is getting out of your own way and
Yeah.
being proactive about your just you taking care of yourself, so then you can, you know, that, and then it just spiral or snowballs. But those little choices, it doesn't have to be like some grandiose like big thing that is going to overwhelm you and make you just like shut down. It's just like small choices.
Yeah.
And it's so cool to see us in that. That is not something that historically for me has been like a reality. It's I see that I would choose, like I see it, and it's not like you when you learn, you know better, you do better, whatever, I'm learning. I do see the growth in both of us, as far as like I want to, yes, I get to choose, and I know that feels like sometimes it's just
the hardest
thing to fucking do, and it's like, but that making those choices is just, you're showing yourself that you prioritize yourself, that you love yourself, that you're trying for yourself. I mean, think about all the things you do for the people that you love in your life, and all the things that you try to do that are hard, and then you put that back on yourself, and it becomes, now like I crave that.
Yeah.
Like now I'm like, yeah, I get to choose.
Yeah.
It's like something shifted.
That's where the energy flows, instead of like panic and
Right.
like, oh god.
And like, oh god,
Yeah.
I just need to stay right here.
Yeah, the freeze and
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah. Now we're getting more actively into like a calmer fight.
Right.
Instead of just freeze and just being like,
It's
I
a
can't.
compassionate fight.
yeah. Yeah.
It's like a love.
Absolutely.
It's I'm fighting for me,
Mm-hmm.
and fighting for me, it's different, different daily,
Yeah.
depending on where we're at. But like now, like today, like I want to go plan a roller skating date. I feel like I can go roller skating and it's not pointless, and it's just something
Right.
that brings me joy, and
Yeah.
something, and like I think there's a lot of also like guilt around feeling happy right now,
Mhm.
or like trying to feel joyful
Yeah.
right now because of everything that's happening. And I just truly believe that joy is so important right now.
Yeah.
Like it's the most important,
Yeah.
is finding joy, community, laughter, love, because fuck that shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like, no. And I keep seeing joy is resistance, and I just keep that fucking phrase in my mind.
Yeah.
Where like, no, I'm not gonna let this win. I'm not gonna let that win. I'm gonna.
Yeah.
I love myself too much. I love you too much.
Right.
I love.
I'm not gonna
my
let that be the
community.
vibe that runs my life.
Nope.
Yeah. Yeah, and like for me, thinking about
That was really
Like-
aggressive. I feel
no, it wasn't.
like.
It wasn't. It's passionate. There's a difference.
Yes. It's true. It's true. It's true. It's true.
Again, another fine line.
Yes. Also, being an ADHD human, my voice tends to get louder the more passionate.
Mm-hmm.
And in the past, before I knew who I was, before people in my life knew, what all this shit is, anyway, would take it as aggression.
Yeah.
And even from like a younger age. And I'm also learning, like, I can also learn how to like be a little more in control. It's not changing who I am.
Right.
Or being more
you're just like,
palatable.
well, I don't need to necessarily
But it's also
go
like,
there.
I need to fucking scream at your
Right.
face because
Yeah.
because I'm excited about something.
Yeah, because for someone like me, I've had to like train myself out of having this reaction. But when someone meets me like that, and I know, I'm like, you're telling me this story, you've already named the parties involved, and I know I'm not involved, but the way you're saying it is like you're mad at me
Right.
because I did it.
And that's how I would come
And so
across
I've had to be like, no, they're just like recounting the story and it's still a passionate subject for them or like an intense topic. So it's like, of course that is going to come up.
Right.
But they're just recounting it and it's not you, it's not yours. Like that's been an interesting thing to learn.
It's funny that we're like on the opposite side of that spectrum.
Mm-hmm.
March
Irish
15th.
thing? Oh.
I think it's a Shakespeare thing, the Ides of March. I don't know.
My Irish ass was like, that's Irish, right?
Mm-hmm.
Sounds
I don't
weird.
know. Maybe. I don't know. I think maybe I'm lying. I don't know. I vaguely have a mental bloop from that.
But I will say that it felt good the last like handful of days because I didn't really feel like showing up for my dreams or like my pastimes, you know. But I've had this weird like physical anxiousness that's like even if I'm moving my body, it's like not like exiting my field, and so I'm just like, oh, like I feel like I just keep standing up in my desk, and I'm just like
kind of crawling in your skin.
Yeah, exactly. Like just like, oh, I feel uncomfortable in this vessel right now, and so I'll like go outside, go for a walk, and then I'm still just like, okay, that didn't change the environment of my body at all, and so then I'm like, oh, why don't you try and sing it out? Like I've never, for as long as I've sung, which is like my whole life, I've never adjusted it to use it as a tool. I've always wanted to, when I perform for others, I want to be a channel and like spread that energy and like healing. Like music to me is very healing. But I've never thought to turn it on myself.
Yeah.
And like use it to like work things through and out of me. And so I have been working on writing a song about like the things that are happening around us right now. Well, have been happening for ages, but are really prominent. And yeah, putting in the effort to just like make sound and make music has actually been really helping me, even though the subject matter of the song specifically that I'm trying to like find the lyrics for, it's just felt really good. And like I keep changing the lyrics a little bit, but it's kind of like according to what exactly is prominent in my mind about like everything that ICE is putting us through, and I guess just the government in general. But it was weird, like literally yesterday when I was doing it, because I just felt so uncomfortable. I was like, I guess I'll just sing.
Yeah, sing about it.
Like I felt kind of like Elf for a minute.
I'm singing.
Yeah, but it's been interesting to like go back to basics and use something I love to also like work through some shit mentally and emotionally, but I'm also showing up for that side of me that needs to create and needs to show up in a musical setting. Like that's something that's integral to me, and I think I'm recently remembering how integral music is to my well-being, and so it's felt good to be able to adapt showing up for my dreams of creating more music in a way that also feels like I'm being present and not singing to escape, but singing to like focus my energy and like do something that feels a little more productive with my energy.
Yeah.
Whether I ever do anything with the song or not, like it doesn't actually matter, but like putting that time and focus into something like that really was helpful. Felt like an accidental experiment I did this week, and I was like, oh, okay, no, this feels really good. And so I've done that a few times now over this last week, and I'm just like, okay, yep, that's just another little thing. Like, use your voice as a tool as well, like even behind closed doors, just if you need to express.
Yep.
Get some of the gunk out of the way so it becomes clearer as you express. So that has felt really good. But yeah, now I kind of feel like I'm in this like where do I go from here? I do have another musical aspect I'm focusing on. I'm gonna submit an audition for doing background vocals for an artist I really admire and would love to learn from. So that's something that kind of I knew was gonna come up. She like posted about it.
Mm-hmm.
She was like, "Oh, in January, I want to post auditions for my 2026 tour or whatever." And then I saw her post something and went to the comments, and someone's like, "Man, you're posting everything but the background vocal auditions. Like, when are we gonna be able to audition?" Everyone's like, "I've been training. My water bottle's ready." Like all this like silly singer shit. And then literally 2 hours later, she posted on her story like the requirements, and so I spent some time like writing out some of the answers to the questions she had, and now I'm gonna like focus on actually doing the vocal part of the audition. And yeah, it just feels like exciting because I haven't toured in few years now, and maybe just a couple. I don't know. That also feels like a lifetime.
Time is weird.
And like I would love to tour again now that I'm in a really different place with my sobriety, my music, my everything really. I feel like a lot has changed since I took a step back from performing, and I just feel like ready to do it again. And I want to be challenged because her vocals, I literally use her songs as vocal agility work. So it would be really amazing to get to like be mentored by someone like that.
Totally.
Like I can't imagine like even being in the same room as her and hearing her like process of how she writes songs or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm just like, oh my god, that alone I could fucking nerd out about for hours. And so I'm like, I feel very prepared in a weird way, and very like open to the fact that it might actually be something that could happen to me.
Absolutely.
Because I've done something similar in the past where I auditioned to do like I think it was just like one show. This vocalist, Natalie Weiss, she was doing auditions for background vocals. I think it was just like some cabaret style show where she was just going to do a variety of songs and perform. And I auditioned, didn't hear anything back. And then like a month or two, a significant amount of time had passed, and I got an email from her, and she was like, "Hey, we didn't pick you the first round." It was like me and a small group of other people, and she's like, "You weren't picked in the first round, but you were definitely contenders, and we wanted to offer you this, like, to come to LA for this thing." And I was like, holy shit, and it just like didn't make sense at the time for me to be able to do. So I was like, I don't know how I could afford to even get there and take that time off work at the time, because I think I was 21, 22.
Baby.
I remember being at the alleyway when I got the email and being like half drunk, like, "Kimberly, what does this say?" And she was like, "Ah!" My number one fangirl. But yeah, so it like feels similar to that, but I'm like now I'm like more confident in my musical abilities, and especially as a background vocalist, like that's where a lot of my time was spent. So yeah, it feels interesting and exciting to have this. I feel like young Emma's very excited right now.
Yes.
Like, oh, play it cool, like show up confidently and sleek and cool and like professional, but also I'm just gonna let her rip, see what happens, and hope for the best. If I do all 3 of the videos she suggests, it's gonna be 1.5 minutes of my time recording wise.
Right.
So
and
I know
I can see
do that.
you like, I mean, I've known you for so long, you're not getting in your head about it.
Right. It's just like, oh,
I'm gonna try this thing, and this could be my reality. It could be a reality, and it could not. And whatever, I'm just gonna try it.
I feel like you're one of maybe the few people that sees me and they're like, oh, should I do it? I don't know. Like, oh, and you're like, yeah, dude, what?
Yeah.
It's like what I know you for, like singing. Like,
Yeah.
why would you think you don't belong in that room or whatever it is? And yeah, it feels, you saying that makes me realize I'm like, oh yeah, that's kind of a different approach than usual. So, and I mean, I know I'm kind of writing a little bit of a high because the last of my recordings with the band I was in for 8 years came out yesterday, and I listened to it and it felt so good, and I was like really proud of all of the vocals, and I have a lead vocals on one of the songs, and I've always been so hypercritical of all of my recorded vocals, and I've always thought I could have done better. I could have shown if we did one more take, we did this or that, if it was like blended a little differently, whatever it is, like just get in my fucking head, and everyone's like, what are you even talking about? Like even my bandmates are like, what are you talking about? I'm like, nothing. Never mind. Sounds great, y'all. Good work. But this time, like, I don't know if it's just because I've been out of, I was like reminiscing, remembering these songs again, and like hearing the harmonies we laid down that weren't how we performed it, but it was like such badass choices that we made, and they sounded like, our voices sound so good together. It was just good to hear that again and feel that and be like, fuck, I miss this. I love being in the studio. Like, recording was so fun because that's kind of how I started. I started recording before I ever was in a band.
Right.
I started the Heavy City when I met those people. They needed backup vocals for the record they were recording, and they didn't even have any written. And so I went in there and was just kind of like, and they were like, who is this guy? Who's this little guy? And then like I would go to their shows and they'd be like, why don't you just come up and sing this song with us? We're gonna do that song you recorded. And then I would just stay there for the rest of the set and make up vocals on stage. Like, I forget that I did that.
Yeah, you're.
And so I started.
Very talented.
Thank you.
You are very talented.
I'm not trying to.
No, toot fucking toot, dude.
But it's like, I forget. It's like, yes, I'm proud of my voice and how it sounds, but it's deeper than that for me. Like, the skill set I have, I feel like I'm very proficient in the studio.
Yeah. And
like, especially if you need a part created, let me listen to the song a couple times and I will do it. Like, it's this part of my brain that I haven't got to access in a long time, and listening to the album that released yesterday, I was like, oh shit, this feels so good to listen to. And it was just like, I forgot how much I loved the songs that we did, and just like, yeah, it just made me reminisce a lot, and it felt really nice, and it just felt good to feel good about a recording. And like, all of it wasn't just the, I knew the lead vocals I did for that. I remember when I did them, and remember being like, when they played it back to me, I was like, oh that's me. Like, oh my gosh, that sounds actually good. Like, I surprised myself. And then I just kind of forgot about it and just thought, like, maybe that wasn't going to be on the final release just because I'm not in it anymore.
Yeah.
And then I got on the bus yesterday morning, and I was like, you know what? It's a beautiful sunny little morning. I'm going to put on some, like, good fucking rock steady music. And then I just played it. I'm, like, literally at the bus stop. Dancing like I didn't used to sing all these songs for 8 years, you know, and it just felt really good, and it was a nice reminder just to be like, yeah, dude, that feeling, keep chasing that. Don't just be like, wow, that was really nice. But like, no, that's still accessible.
Absolutely.
And like, yeah, it made me feel excited again about music. So yeah, definitely riding that high a little bit. So I think that's why this audition, I'm like, yeah, fuck yeah.
Yeah, why not?
I think the hardest part is just going to be deciding what song I'm going to sing 30 seconds of and then harmonize with. But
it's exciting.
I've been doing that since I was a kid.
You
so
literally
like,
have all of that in your arsenal.
Yeah.
You know what you're doing.
Now I'm just like, oh no, I've got it. Like, it's there.
Yeah.
I'm like, if all else fails, like, whatever, at least I showed up and tried. Like,
yeah.
I don't want to worry about the outcome. I just want to worry about showing up. It's like,
and
if you feel inclined to do it, do it.
Yeah. And I think that's where a lot of the hang up of getting in your own way is the outcome. But,
Pause number 2. Thank you so much for tuning in to episode 3. We really appreciate you following along on this journey with us as we figure out how to approach it.
We're learning and we're growing and we're figuring it out.
Yeah, not only technologically but format-wise. We're just trying to figure out what makes the most sense for the content we're creating. So thank you for your patience as we, iron out all the kinks. And yeah, I'm sure it'll continue to evolve and change. So hope you're ready for whatever comes your way.
Yeah. We love you.
Yeah. Love you.